I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at villageXchange@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch
merch.
indeed. A child shall lead them. This, dear listener, is an
This song?
exploration of the emotion called resentment.
The name of the band is A Day to Remember.
This is a day to remember. What you really need to remember, though, is this big homie right here. That, ladies and gents, is DJ Mark. Boop, 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 boop. Shout
What's
out to
up,
DJ Mark. Shout out to Amy Lee Forever and Evanescence. And also Alan, yes. And yes, they will fuck you up. Okay. Well, I don't think they're gonna fuck you up, Alan, to be honest with you. Okay, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, A Day to Remember. The name of the song is Resentment, and the lyrics are on the screen. Let's go.
Exactly the same with a one-track mind. I don't think I can change. Trapped in memories, stuck on replay, replay, replay. Stuck in it's a wildfire, burning me up, burning me up. A tears for demons on a highway. Lift me up, lifting me up. You know choose thy side. For all who need it, you touch it. Wow, to the eye of the tiger. Go! Go! Ah! Yes, indeed! I cannot wait. I wish Ben Webb was here. He'd be like, chugga lugga lugga lugga.
I like that song.
That was such a good song. That was such a good song. I really like that song. What was going on with you? It looked like it hit you in a little. It looked like it hit you a little bit different.
It did. That's because, as of late, been having to deal with someone that's making me extremely angry. And it's very difficult not to walk the tightrope with the demons of resentment toward this person.
Boom, boom!
Yes. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do this much longer with this person. I just don't know.
Why?
Because it's just so tedious. And some of it's just plain stupid. And so it's just,
Yeah.
Like, there's some real, like, horrible travesties with this person, and then there's some just downright irritations about this person, and it's like, this is them, and I'm like,
you're like, what?
I just, you know, like, I took a couple of days where I was like, I said, don't let me see you, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. Don't let me see you. Don't even come near me. Don't do it.
Is that what you said?
I did. And I it was like in my heart a shout out to you because you're the first person and the only person I've ever. No, I've heard it since you said it, but I find the phrase to be entertaining. You're gonna slap the shit out of him. It's like so and so. But so I was angry, but at the same time, like it was keeping me a little bit calm to say your phrase. But I was dead ass serious. Like that was not. They pushed me. It's too much.
Yeah. Yeah,
should have happened a long time ago, but
yeah, I saw you. You were about to put the screws to that person. Well, you went chasing after.
That was the time before, and then I had to forgive the person again, and then they landed saying, "You know what I'm saying? Like it's all the time. It's like this just."
Soraya. So, like this person, like it doesn't matter who. There is a verse in the Bible. It's talking about siege warfare, and it was like. You know
Where are you going?
The softest woman among you will eat her own child, type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like this particular person, she just sucks all the good out of you, and gets you to the point where you're so furious that you know what I'm saying. Like so, there was a situation happen, and Sori just lost it. And you went after you chased the person. You tell him like, "Come on," would you say like, "Get out of the car"?
Yeah, I said, "Unlock the door," but I was saying it very calmly.
Yeah, you were saying it all calm and shit.
Like you know, we have those. We talk.
So
about
if
those
she would have unlocked the door, you were gonna jam her up.
Yes, that was my plan. But I was making my plan as I was going. And I don't do that. I make plans before I get there, and I have some sort of an outline. I had no outline. I was like. I just went out there and yeah, I mean, we talked about the multiple consciousnesses.
Yeah.
Like there was one of my consciousnesses was like, yo, sorry, I don't know. Because you know when there's like a movie and there's like a really bad thing that's about to happen and the person's like, no. Like there's a psychotic person.
Oh no.
We were just watching one where they were like calling to the child. Like the kid saw the guy get jammed up and he was telling her, run, you know? Like, I don't remember if you saw it. Anyway, and then the man's like, let's say the name is Amy Lee. He's like,
it's not Amy Lee.
Amy Lee. It's
Actually,
safe.
it's
Come on out,
it's
Amy
half
Lee.
Amy Lee.
It's all right.
Amy Lee.
No, I'm talking about a movie. Like, so where
This is
they'll
that
be like,
Jung
oh,
thing.
it's
It's that
okay, come on out.
synchronicity.
Right.
It's that synchronicity.
So there was like a part of me that was like, what are you doing right now? And then the other part of me was like,
I was watching it and I'm like, yo, is Sori really about to... Is she really, really, really going to jam this person up?
The thing is, like,
I got a little nervous when you were so calm when you said, get out of the car or open the door. I was like, okay, that's something different. That's something different. But this person, like, that's what she does, man. That's what she does.
Wow.
I
told them, I said, listen, if you're really trying to change and be a different person, I will throw in with you again. But in my heart, I think this is the last time. I probably haven't told you that. I'm telling you now. I think this is the last time I can throw in with this person.
And then what's going to happen after that?
And then beyond that, it's going to go to the typical way that those situations are run.
Okay. I mean, I understand that. I mean, hopefully that person looks like she's on a nice little track now.
Hopefully.
So inshallah she keeps it there.
See, that's the thing. Like, if I see someone they've made a crap load ton of mistakes and then they're actually want to make a change, like, I do have a bit of like a soft spot for that. Like, if you really want to change,
have a hella soft spot for it.
If you really, like, I don't want to stand in the way of someone's actual change. But at the same time, I think that if you are actually changing, then you would face up to what you've done. You have to face all of the damage that you have behind you. You can't just change one day and be like, what? If I slap Vin in the face every single day, and then one day I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to slap you anymore. If I raise my hand, he's going to think I'm slapping him. That's what's going to happen. And so it's going to take a while before he's not going to flinch when I do this, you know? So I think that, you know, if you've done a bunch of stuff and there's a whole trail of destruction behind you, you have to understand that it's going to take people a while to come around.
People are going to resent you.
Right. They are going to have resentment.
People are going to resent you.
But he says in the song, I just felt like this song was very self-aware, because he said, I need a short-term fix for a long-term problem. He recognizes that resentment is not a long-term fix. And it makes you feel like good in the moment, but
maybe the resentment is a long-term problem. Or his drug use would be the long-term problem. I see what you're saying.
drug use.
Yeah, I thought this was about addiction and drugs.
Oh, I didn't think so at all.
Because he
Can I learn
says,
to love these
one
chains?
track mind I can't change. Trapped in memory, stuck on replay. Replay. And then
I feel like that could be anything, but maybe it's drugs.
That line...
I can't stop feeling like every day's exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Because they're not using drugs anymore, it's the excitement of the drugs. They're trying to stop. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And then with a one-track mind, I don't think I can change because they keep thinking, I need it.
It starts with a spark. One little thought in your head, and then it metastasizes into a wildfire.
Lifting me up resentment. Yeah, I still disagree with you. I think that this is literally talking about something that is so infuriating, and they need a short-term fix because there's a long-term problem, and so they bring in resentment. And that helps them, you know, it starts to spark them. But that's the way that resentment is, or that's the way that bitterness is. Like, we have multiple people in our lives that have had to deal with some very horrible circumstances. And, you know, you can start to see bitterness creeping in. And, you know, as their friend, you want to be able to say, wait, the resentment and the bitterness that's creeping in right now, like, you have a lot of reasons to be angry with X, Y, and Z person, but you can't let that bitterness and anger take over you. And he actually used the word, Command F, I'm looking for rot.
Yeah, he said, I lost my voice when I let the rot in.
Right. But you're saying drugs. And see, for me, I was taking the rot as in your resentment and your bitterness. And when you let that stuff in, it can tend to make you irrational, and then people don't take you as seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So you lose your voice.
Yeah, I could definitely see that for sure. But the other thing is that if it's drugs, then obviously the drugs would take his voice from him. But resentment can do that to you too.
That's what I'm saying.
Resentment has a corrosive effect inside, and that's one of the reasons why it's one of my philosophies to not keep shit inside. So if I have a problem with you as a person, I'm going to talk to you about it, or you're out. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to sit there. I'm not going to do the back and forth and like, and you know, and I don't know. I don't know to this day if it's right or wrong, but it's it accomplishes a lot of utility for me, because when I used to not do that, there was a lot of stress. There was a lot of back and forth. Now there's no back and forth. If I don't look, my time, the way I look at it is my time is a finite resource, and I don't have time to sit there and dwell on people and be angry at them or hate them. There's a finite amount of time I have, and there are a finite amount of people I want in my life. So if you're that kind of person, I'm not going to sit there and go, I'm just going to fucking not deal with you. Mm-hmm. There's 8 billion people on the planet. Mm-hmm. Like, I just came to that realization, there's 8 billion people on the planet. Why do you need to be buddies with everybody? Mm-hmm. And why does everybody need to like you? Not everybody needs to like you. People can dislike you. It's okay. Mm-hmm. Like, you're going to rub people the wrong way. But I think we have this sort of like weird Hollywood TV, we're friends, we're going to talk it out, we're going to make it out, blah, blah. I mean, it's like, I look at a lot of these things as 3 to 5 year, you know, kind of things. Like, oh, we're going to be friends, blah, blah, blah. Like,
shoot, even the Bible says, if it's like, live peaceably with all men, if it's possible.
Yeah.
Like, even the Bible, you know, would tell you, it's not... You know what I'm saying? You know, people always want to look at the Bible like it sets standards that are too high. Well,
yeah.
It's just, even the Bible is saying, look, there's some people you're not going to be able to live peaceably with.
There's some people but you just can't, that they're just disagreeable to live with in peace.
Right, that's true. That's true. Very true.
So, you know, you could sit there and like slam them and talk shit about them and blah, 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 but that is energy that you're exercising that you cannot get back. Mm-hmm. And you could have done something else with that energy. Mm-hmm. So for me, if anytime I have a finite resource, whatever it is, your thoughts are finite, you know, physical energy, whatever it is, I don't want to waste that, man.
Right.
Like, I don't want to waste any of it. And I'm not saying that people are a waste, because people are infinitely valuable. What I'm saying is, as far as my life and my journey goes, your journey might be going in a completely opposite direction as mine. And so it would be a waste of my time because of the trajectory that God has me in. That's a waste of time. I'm not saying you're a waste. I'm saying that it would be a waste of time for the other person to sit there and talk like we're friends and all this other shit when that's not the case. That's my thing. I'm not gonna, and it's worked very well, because I don't get angry at those people. To be honest with you, I forget about them. Mm-hmm. You know, and I don't know what that says about me as a person, but.
Well, I used to actually think that it said something very serious about you, but the more time, obviously, the more years we spend together, the more I realize that your personality type, for whatever reason, gets taken advantage of. If you don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, where I think that, like, you like open up like, for me, if I was going to invite everybody onto my yacht, I'm going to say, everybody stay on the main deck, and there's some drinks at that bar, enjoy yourselves. You're like, come on, sleep in the bed, go bathroom, take a shower. You know what I mean? True. Like, you're just all, and then after, like, people get that kind of treatment from you, then they like, it get confused, and then they think that they can just walk all over the place and do whatever the hell they want.
It's true.
Like, but I'm not like that. I'm like, I'm gonna set some real, rigid guidelines here, because I don't want people just doing whatever. I mean, when I used to have tons of people at my house, I ended up moving, upstairs.
Yeah.
Because I think that also is my OCD that kind of keeps that. Like, I don't know if I have OCD. I've never been tested, but I'm sure I probably do. Like, the idea of, like, bunches of people touching everything that's around me, and now I'm touching what they're touching, and did they wash their hands? And if I was surrounded by a bunch of clean people that always wash their hands, it would be a different story. But when I see people blowing their nose and they don't wash their hands, so you do that in your kitchen.
Yeah, I just think.
So I think that's why you've had to adopt that, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that I used to think, that's a really bad thing that you just can just say, well, you know what, that's an old season. But now I see it's necessary because of the way that people get with you.
Yeah. But I don't think it's bad.
Like, but that's the thing that's curious to me. Like, why? Let's say that people didn't quote take advantage of me. Like, why would it be bad to say, okay, like that's the end of the shelf life of that particular? I'm not saying every relationship. Obviously, the kids, you.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Well-
I think the reason why I was thinking that it was bad was because I felt like it was treating people like they were trash. Like, you had this awesome thing together, you built together, you were friends together, and now all of a sudden that person is gone. They're dead to you, in a sense.
I didn't use those words.
That's why I said it, and that's why I threw it in a sense at the end.
You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about?
You know what I mean? Like, when the relationship is done and that's it, and you're going for, like, I felt like it was just treating people like a piece of trash to put them to the side. But
Trash?
now, honey, I'm just telling you what I felt about it. Like, why I'm trying to use the best words possible.
You never told me you thought I was treating people like trash. You never said that.
No, I didn't think about the whole thing yet. I just knew I was uncomfortable with it. But then
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm exploring the idea.
The more I thought about it, the more I felt like, well, that's probably why I feel like that, is because they're just tossed to the side. You were building together, and now they're just tossed to the side. Of course, there was some people I was glad you tossed to the side, but.
Yeah, but you're making it sound like I actively said I'm blah blah blah. That's not what happened. I didn't like come to people and be like, yo, I'm never talking to you again. I don't say that. I don't do that with people. I don't say that to people.
Okay, I think that there's like actively I'm throwing this away, and then there's like I'm just tossing this behind me. And that's how it seemed like with some people. It was just like, well, that's done now, and I'm gonna. And I did not feel like that was a good thing, but now that I've seen more how, and I think that those people, there were some people in the way that they responded and the things that they said kind of gave you that idea that they were feeling that way.
Well, I disagree with this, Amy. Don't be a clingy stan. We're here for some reason. We're not buddies, but we're on some weird. Well, we are buddies. Well, I like you. I think we're buddies.
Oh yeah, Amy Lee. Yeah.
Yeah, you're an actual friend. You're an actual friend.
Yeah,
of ours.
but she doesn't do that either.
She's Cosa Nostra.
She doesn't do that though, where she's just going to invade your space. And
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like there are people.
Yeah.
If you let her onto your yacht, she's not going to go to take everything that's in your yacht because you let her in the yacht.
If we put Amy on the yacht, she'd find some room and get on a computer and do some shit.
No, I feel like she'd actually help me manage the thing. People are downstairs. Sorry. Hey.
Oh no!
You know what I mean? Like I feel like Amy Lee would help me keep stuff.
I wish Amy was local. I wish
knives.
Amy was local because I feel like it's the perfect friend for you. She's perfect.
And she lives where?
She's got her own mind. She'll tell you to shut the fuck up. You'll tell her to shut the fuck up. It'll be great.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like that would be perfect. Amy, listen.
That's true. And there are some people.
I've got a proposition for you.
That's true. There are some people that I feel like that they're just like. There's sometimes I think that people want to be around me and they're tolerating you, and there's times where people are around you when they're tolerating me. And I don't feel like that with Amy. I feel like she's.
Yeah, that's the other dynamic that's very strange. It's like people end up wanting to hang out with me, and then my spouse is like, I was talking to somebody who I was friends with, and they're like, yeah, we're cool with you, we're not cool with her. I was like, man, fuck you. Mm-hmm. You're not cool with my wife? Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck you think this is?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm coming back to New York in December. Okay, we got to figure some shit out. We got to figure some shit out. Real talk. We got to make that happen. Okay, what do you give this song?
Oh boy, you go first.
I give this song a 9.9. Somebody said it was pop rock or pop metal. I don't care. I loved it. You
gave it a what? A 9.9?
9.9.
Oh no. I'm debating between 9.9 and a 10. Why didn't you give it a 10?
There's really no reason other than I want that Scream, Aim, and Fire because I love that song so much. I want that to be ranked highest at the end of the night, to be honest with you.
That's
unless something just comes and completely destroys it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do something that's never been done in Vin and Sori history. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change my score for Scream, Aim, and Fire to a 10.5 and give Resentment a 10. So Scream, Aim, and Fire is still ahead, but Resentment gets a 10.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. All right.
There you are.
10 for me as
well.
That's
the final answer, bitches.
Yep.
And I am open to a village meetup in New York City when Amy Lee shows up. So
oh my gosh, that would be
I am open
Oh,
for it.
that'd be so much fun.
I'm open to that. We get a hotel.
Too bad it's in December, so we'll have to get one that people can come into.
We can go to 14th Street.
Oh.
I'll show you the Shadows Club with all the vamps. The vamps are still
No.
there. Yeah,
For
maybe
real?
we can coordinate with Reef, and then we can go one of those clubs that I went to.
Oh my word, babe, that would be so much fun.
Yeah. It's just nobody's bringing any guns this time.
No.
We'll bring CB. I just make sure there's no guns there. There's me and CB there. That'll take care of security. But yeah. So that's coming down the pike, guys. Village meetup in New York City. Okay. There we are, dear listener. If you're a square, you're done. The video is over.
Yep.
If you're not a square, you're gonna meet us.
loser.
Well, we got one more song for you beautiful people. Having said that, dear listener, Vin out.
Sorry out. Gone. Oh, I was gonna end the stream.
Gone. Oh.
Baby, you want some water? Here's some ice water.
If I die, you can remarry.
Stop saying stuff like that.
Just don't remarry Ben Webb.
Really? I'm surprised. You said another person the last time, so I would have thought you'd rather me be with Ben than that person.
Actually, I would rather you marry Ben, because he'd love you forever. The thing about Ben is he wouldn't know what to do. He'd be like, "Oh my God," because he's got a giant crush on him.
And I would be.
So he would know what to do. But I think you could learn to love Ben.
This is the weirdest conversation.
I can learn to love you. Somebody said that to me one time. I will learn to love you. New song on the way.
I don't see myself ever remarrying, but if I was, I would like it if it was somebody that loved you, that knew you.
Yeah, Ben loves me.
Yeah, but I'm not going for Ben. This is getting ridiculous. Let's switch the subject. I'm feeling uncomfortable now.
Shout out to Ben Webb.
Sometimes I find myself slipping into conversations with you and I forget we're streaming. This is completely irrational. All right.
Tina Banks in the house. One more, guys. One more commercial on the way. You guys know the deal.